watching MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Construction. Game 3, Jeff, of district play. Medina Valley is 0-2. I did not have a chance to look at what Harlandale's district record is, but neither here or there, Jeff. The Panthers need a win tonight to snap out of this losing streak and get back in the winning graces here, and what a place to do it here at Medina Valley, where the Panthers, something happened there where I can hear you now. So
sorry, Maury.
Just mentioning, Jeff, the Panthers need to get off the losing snide here as they come in 0-2 in district. I'm not sure what Harlandale's.
I think Harlandale's 0-2, I believe.
They're 0-2 also, so somebody needs to get a win. Let's hope it's the Panthers tonight. Keys to the game, Jeff, we have Montez in the circle this evening.
Yeah.
The thing with her is you need to get ahead in the count and stay ahead in the count no matter what part of the game it is,
right,
and stay in control.
Yeah, so Panthers coming off, hard to say, but it was a mediocre performance down at the Myros tournament in Corpus Christi, Texas, where they went 3-3. At times they hit the ball well, at times they played good defense, but overall, Maury, in the 3 games they lost, it was it basically came down to a myriad of things, from lack of timely hitting to errors on the field or misplays in the field. It was not a clean tournament, and you would expect your team to be getting better. That was the 3rd tournament. That was the last tournament before you really get into the mix of the season. And, there were a lot of question marks. Coach Mateo has moved up a freshman. She played, I believe, every game at shortstop in the tournament. I say what you want. I didn't think our infield was doing too bad, but it looks like she was probably trying to insert some hits into the lineup. It's all I can think. And in return, she moved Elena Gonzalez, who's been playing a really good shortstop. She moved her to center field, which isn't her natural position.
She was left fielder last year with Castiglione in center most of the year. Those two have just transposed and they have switched positions. Castiglione moves to left and Gonzalez moves to center.
So we go through the tournament this past weekend, and you would think everything's kind of set, ready to make a run. You had a pretty good overall record, and you're going into the meat of your district schedule. You kind of created some more question marks, and here we go. This game last year, Medina Valley was 0-2 last year, same point in time. They started a 5-game win streak, and boy, Medina Valley really needs something like that to happen again, or they're going to be looking from the outside in at the playoff picture. So, big game here tonight, Maury.
Yes, it is, Jeff. And just looking at the lineup, I remember some of these gals last year for Harlandale. They're not afraid to swing the bat. They have a very limited bench. They only have 9 players in the starting lineup with 2 subs, so limited bench. I don't know if that's good or bad, but at least you can get out there and know that if you do make a mistake, there really isn't much on the bench that they're going to put in for you. So you can play a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more, with no pressure on you, right, and then just play your game.
I tell you, there's a lot to be said about going out there feeling relaxed and being able to swing the bat or field the ball or do whatever you need to do. So they are, all the Max Prep says is that their overall record's 4-8, but they are 0-2 in district. So somebody will get their first win tonight here, Mark.
Yep, starting lineups are being announced. We're going to take a break, give our sponsors some room. We're going to come back with the starting lineups and the first pitch right after the national anthem. Panther Softball will be back in just a moment.
Right now at Chevrolet's 3-time Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet. Get $15,000 off MSRP and 1.9% financing on new Silverado 1500 trucks, plus $2,250 in trade assistance cash, and $7,000 off MSRP on new Blazers. Lease a new Equinox for $299 with 0 down, or buy for $23,999. Get 2.1% financing on all new Traverses. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a fourth-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Have you ever made a friend by accident? I know I have. This is Alec with Lone Star Towing of Natalia, and I just want to let y'all know that I pay top dollar for your junk, wrecked, and abandoned vehicles. I can even come to your location and tow it out of there at no extra charge. Give me a call at 210-777-0585, and I'll be sure to get you taken care of quickly.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacation.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Construction. And the pregame is sponsored by Southwest.
Nope. Lone Star Towing.
Lone Star Towing.
Lone Star Towing. Thank you for sponsoring our pregame. Lone Star Towing. Link, they're located in Natalia, Maury, but if you ever need a tow, they'll come and get you.
And that's good to know. That's a good new sponsor, Jeff, and that everybody at one time is going to need one.
Yep.
De Leon will lead off, followed by Galvan and Mejia, the top three. Garza, Caceres, Salazar, the middle three. Salazar, Gutierrez, and Valenzuela, the bottom three. For the Panthers, Upton behind the plate, Montez inside the circle. Boehm on first, Dominguez at second, Chichester at third, and Valenzuela at short. First pitch for Montez is outside and high, 1-0. Castiglione in left, Gonzalez in center, and Marshall in right.
And we have, we do know, we've seen Alyssa pitch now for the last couple of years, Maury, and we know that when she's on, and she struggles when she, fails to get those first pitch strikes. So
1-0 pitch is down the middle, swing and a miss, evens it counted, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Panthers really need a good showing, Maury. Their confidence is kind of in the tank after this weekend, and they need some good things to happen.
Foul back into the screen. Count is 1-2 now. Coach Fernandez, the coach for the Harlandale Indians and Coach Benteo for your Medina Valley Panthers. The 1-2 pitch to De Leon is low and outside, count even at 2. Jeff, no breeze at all.
No, that dust is just lingering.
The dust from the infield, if you can tell on the camera, is kind of still lingering around as Old Glory is not moving one bit in left field. 2-2 pitch, check swing low, full count. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, De Leon, who's going to be mad in left field tonight for the Harlandale Indians. And the payoff pitch, ground ball foul. On deck batter Galvan needs to have her head on a swivel because that came close to hitting her here in the on deck circle.
Good crowd tonight.
Absolutely, boys and girls. We were over there talking to Jared Lucky and Dwayne Garza, who's doing the boys. That full count pitch is outside, a leadoff walk. And a good crowd over there. As I believe, Jeff, the boys are undefeated in district play.
They are. They're 2-0.
And
playing well.
2 impressive wins.
Yep, they beat Southwest and South San.
South San, yeah. So now Galvan, the second baseman at the plate. Ground ball to Dominguez. Dominguez over. 1 play at first for the out. As De Leon advances to second base. That's going to be scored 4-3 for the put out.
You know, Maury, that was a good job of situational hitting right there.
Absolutely.
She hit behind the runner, advanced the runner just like she was supposed to do.
So now the number 3 hitter in the shortstop, Mejia, steps to the plate. First pitch is a ground ball, foul down the first base line. And Jeff, like I said in pregame, when we mentioned before, I remember a lot of these gals' names from last year. I told you they swing the bat.
Oh, yeah.
The 0-1 pitch is swing and a miss. 0-2. Got her to chase a high one. Was that a rise ball or did it just end up high?
Well, we're going to call it a rise ball.
It was effective.
It was a rise ball. In softball, I think every one of those is a rise ball.
So the 0-2 pitch, just off the plate, 1-2. Good location there.
Yep.
As Upton set up a little bit outside off the plate, and Montez hit the glove, but was just outside, just enough to move the count to 1-2. Line drive out of play down the first base line. Count holds at 1-2. De Leon, your runner at first. Walk and then move to second on a ground out to Dominguez. Ground ball to short. Shortstop Valenzuela over. Throw in the dirt. Gets away from the first baseman Bain. That's going to be an E6 on the play. I would think that's who you give it to. A good throw would have got her.
Now that throws in the dirt, you can't.
But Jeff,
you can't assume it.
You need to make that play at first base also. It was a big hop. Usually, you eat that one up at first. But nevertheless, runners at the corners now with the first error of the ball game. As De Leon moves to second, Mejia the first on the error. Catcher Garza steps to the plate. Catcher in the cleanup hole, Jeff, she swings a good bat. Takes that pitch off the plate, 1-0.
This is the one that complimented us before the game, Maury. What's her name?
Miss Savannah Garza.
Savannah Garza. I remember that name now. She said she plays all 3 sports, and she loves Medina Valley Broadcast Network because she knows if they're playing Medina Valley that she can tell all of her friends to tune into our YouTube channel.
Garza takes that pitch, swing and a miss.
So
evens to count it 1-1.
If you're tuning back in tomorrow, Savannah, thanks for listening to us, and we appreciate it. It's been
outside pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2.
Nice young lady. But the Indians have a chance here, Maury, to put a number on the board early.
Garza waits the 1-2 pitch, set up way outside, and that's where the ball was. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on. Top of the first. Two pitch. Outside, swing and a miss. That's a big out for Montez. As the third baseman now, Julia Caceres steps to the plate.
I'm almost a little surprised there that Harlandale, Coach Fernandez, did not lay down a butt in that situation to try to go ahead and make sure she got a run home.
First pitch is on the outside. Cardboard Montez is painting that corner.
Yep.
Good location there by Alyssa. 0-1 now.
You know, when you're at an away site and you're kind of backs against the wall, because Harlandale's 0-2 as well in district, and you need a win. You want to try to get that first run on the board.
0-1 pitch is a ground ball up the middle. Runner's going to score. And, Jeff, that was a good pitch. That pitch was low, and Casares just went down and got that for an RBI single.
Yeah.
Great job of hitting.
Sometimes you got to tip your hat to the batter. And that one, she had that pitch was low. She had to go down and fish it out of the, basically off of the bottom of her knees.
First baseman now, Jasmine Salazar, steps to the plate. Runners at first and second. First lefty in the lineup takes that pitch on the outside corner, 0-1. Mejia at second. Caceres at first. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Good curveball there by Alyssa Montez. It was a little high in the zone, but the break on it was efficient and got the job done.
Have somebody already going down to warm up there, Jeff. The 0-2 pitch is outside, 1-2. As the lefty just went down to get loose a little bit.
She does that periodically. She'll go down there on her own just to stay loose. So what that tells me, though, is she's next in relief.
The 1-2 pitch, just off the plate, 2-2. Deuces wild, Jeff. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. We're in the top of the first. Harlandale is done. Put across the run, an RBI single by Caceres. Swing and a miss for out number 3. But for the Indians in that inning, 1 run on 1 hit, 1 big error in that inning. Harlandale 1, Medina Valley coming to bat. Panther softball will continue here in just a moment.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Texas, 268,000 square miles and then some. Twice as much elbow room as California. There's just no place like Texas. You can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Big State Electric is raising the bar in the San Antonio electrical industry. Working with local and forward-thinking companies, we are changing the downtown skyline with beautiful and innovative buildings. As well as working with local universities, we are revolutionizing academic sports with cutting-edge and high-tech electrical solutions. Join us as we light up the future one project at a time. Big State Electric, competence and quality since 1966. Supporting San Antonio, Austin, Houston, and the Gulf Coast region.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Remodeling. 1-0 is your score. Go to the bottom of the first. Medina Valley will send to the plate. Montez, Gonzalez.
Boy, Montez there for
and Dominguez.
The first 15, 16, 17 games was on fire, Maury. I think she was hitting over 600. She was just hitting the ball where it was pitched, and this last tournament, she came back down to earth. She struggled a little bit, but, overall she's still the leading batter for the Medina Valley Panthers.
Gutierrez inside the circle, guards it behind the plate. First pitch is a ground ball. Great play, diving in the hole there by Galvan. Keeps it in the infield, finishes the put out, 4-3 for the out. Great play there by Galvan.
You know what, Maury? It almost looks like they have scouted Medina Valley, and they knew that Alyssa was going to try to hit the ball that way.
Galvan was cheating towards first baseline.
Yep, she still is.
Salazar at first, Galvan second. Caceres at third, Mejia at short. De Leon in left, Salazar in center, Valenzuela in left. First pitch to Gonzalez is fouled off.
Oh, she's out.
0-1, and they're going to call her out.
Yep, stepped out of the box.
Stepped out of the box and made contact with it.
So, quick 2 outs. Maury, that's something that a lot of us have noticed, though, that, she gets really close every at-bat. Here right now tonight, Maury, there's no lines.
No, none at all.
That's tough. Or you know what she may have done is stepped on the plate. That's probably what she did.
AD now at the plate. Aubrey Dominguez takes that first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Jeff, you remember last time here at home, Coach Mateo had to mark the lines right before the game, the batter's box.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be the coach's deal. Somebody should be out here.
Yeah, they should.
Somebody should run the line. Somebody should drag the field, get rid of all impropriety or all the whatever you want to say.
I'll tell you, every one of the tournaments that the girls went to this year, they had crews out there working the fields. They had crews out there in between every game, dragging, lining, chalking, filling in holes, everything. Laredo, Laredo and Corpus. Of course, here at Medina Valley, we did not have that.
The 2-1 count to Dominguez. Ground ball up the middle. Galvan cannot get it. That's a 2-out single by Aubrey Dominguez. Panthers have their first base runner of the night.
Aubrey did not hit that solid, but she hit it enough with enough top spin to get it right back up the pipe, right back up the middle.
Ariel Chichester now steps to the plate. And Jeff, not harping on it, but to not have a batter's box here for the varsity game is it's unexcusable. I'm sorry, and to not redrag the infield to get rid of all the bumps and everything. We saw that last year, Jeff, cost Medina Valley a ball game.
It did. We had that one that hit right in front of, I believe it was Kinley Chris playing shortstop.
Exactly.
And it took a right turn.
Chichester takes that pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes.
But you notice the coaches after that, they started dragging the field.
Yeah.
I know when I was a coach, Maury, it was my pride. I wanted to make sure I took care of the field.
The 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. Chichester waits a 2-0 pitch. Ground ball to Galvan at second. Eats it up, throw over in time for the putout. 4-3 for out number 3 for the Panthers in that inning. No runs on 1 hit. 1 left on base. We go to the second inning. Harlandale 1, Medina Valley 0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Right now at Chevrolet's 3-time Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet. Get $15,000 off MSRP and 1.9% financing on new Silverado 1500 trucks. Plus $2,250 in trade assistance cash. And $7,000 off MSRP on new Blazers. Lease a new Equinox for $299 with 0 down or buy for $23,999. Get 2.1% financing on all new Traverses. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Construction Company. Harlandale will send to the plate 7, 8, and 9. Salazar, Gutierrez, and Valenzuela. Montez back in there for her second inning of work for the Medina Valley Panthers. 1-0 after 1 in favor of Harlandale. First pitch to Salazar, down low, inside 1-0.
Maury, how was your weekend?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Your Fridays are going to be pretty full from now on.
Going to be what?
Pretty full until May.
Oh, it's softball?
Yep, we'll be softballing it every Friday.
Not this next Friday.
She went.
Nope. Palms down at first. No swing. 2-0. Not next week during spring break. There was no game Friday, but
there's Medina Valley softball plays on Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe, next week. They play at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I wish we could bring you folks that service. But unfortunately, I'll be out of town, and there will not be anybody. Everybody else has a real job, I guess, and they work. So we will not be able to bring you those midweek broadcasts during spring break. We apologize.
2-1 pitch to Salazar. Foul tip into the glove. 2-2.
I think baseball plays Tuesday and Friday, and we will be able to carry the Friday game because it'll be a 7 o'clock start next week.
2-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss for the out number 1. 3 strikeouts already in the contest. It's going to bring up Janie Gutierrez, the pitcher for the Indians. And Jeff, if it wouldn't be such early starts next Tuesday and Wednesday, I could possibly make it, but there is no way with the 90-degree weather and the way the grass is growing that I can even attempt to.
I actually mowed my front yard yesterday for the first time. I still got to take care of the backyard.
The 1-0 pitch. High and outside. 2-0.
Oh, got an update already. Soccer played at 5 o'clock. The girls' soccer team, the first place team, girls' soccer team from Medina Valley, won 3-0 earlier today. I think they must have played. I'm not sure who they played.
2-1 pitch.
Harlandale, maybe.
Check swing. 3-1.
The boys are leading 4-0 with 14 minutes left. So congratulations to the ladies.
3-1 pitch. Swing and foul back in the screen. Count full now to Gutierrez.
Baseball is going on across the way from us, Maury. They are playing Harlandale. And they have started. And let me see if I can get an update.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning for out number 2.
They are actually in the top of the first, and they've got ducks on the pond. Runners on first and second. And nobody
Sandra
out.
Valenzuela, the right fielder, now steps to the plate. 4 strikeouts now for Montez. 4 out of the 5 outs. Pitch is a strike called. 0-1.
Montez doing a good job. She's fallen behind a lot of the batters this evening, but she's done a good job of coming back and throwing strikes and getting outs.
D-0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
And I will say Harlandale's a pretty free swinging team, too. They've swung in a lot of pitches out of the zone so far.
So Valenzuela steps back in. They're down in the count, 0-2 with 2 outs. Pitch is way off the plate, 1-2. Trying to get her to chase something outside. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikes out the side for Montez. And that inning, no runs, no hits. Nobody left on base. Jeff, we head to the bottom of the second. Panther softball will continue here in just a moment.
Have you ever made a friend by accident? I know I have. This is Alec with Lone Star Towing of Natalia, and I just want to let y'all know that I pay top dollar for your junk, wrecked, and abandoned vehicles. I can even come to your location and tow it out of there at no extra charge. Give me a call at 210-777-0585, and I'll be sure to get you taken care of quickly.
Like you, we love calling this home. Castroville State Bank has been serving the Medina Valley area for over 63 years by providing the best financial products, modern technology, and customer service. Not only are we the local bank you can rely on for all your financial needs, but we are also your neighbors, giving back to the community we grew up in and love. Come home to Castroville State Bank.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Remodeling. Upton steps to the plate, takes that first pitch for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 pitch is a ground ball to third, but foul. Count will move to no balls and 2 strikes. Upton, Castiglione, and Valenzuela, 5, 6, 7 in the lineup for the Panthers here as they bat in the second, down 1-0. The 0-2 pitch, lined in the right field, right fielder in, it's off her glove, gets a good buyer. That should be a triple there, or it should be an error, a 3-base error. As Valenzuela was there, Jeff ran in and it went off the heel of her glove.
Yeah.
So an E9 to start the inning, and the Panthers have a runner at third with nobody out. Morgan Castiglione now steps to the plate.
Have a courtesy runner, probably Maury for Upton, who's at third base.
Looks like it's going to be
Lissy Salazar.
Salazar will be the courtesy runner for Upton at third. Castiglione with a chance to tie this ball game up for the Panthers.
Coming in to run at third base is number 23, Annalisa Salazar.
So, Jeff, let's see if the Panthers can score an unearned run as did the Indians in the first.
A ball in play, except to the corners or the pitcher, should get this run home.
Morgan takes that first pitch high, ball 1 ball and no strikes. One 0 pitch, foul back, base of the wall, behind the catcher, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, lifted in the infield. First baseman calls it and makes the play. F3 for out number 1.
Well, she got the fly ball she needed. Just didn't leave the infield.
So Ms. Valenzuela now steps to the plate. Amethyst Valenzuela, the shortstop for the Panthers, steps to the plate. Runner still at third, but with 1 out. Takes that pitch low, ball 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, strike called, evens the count at 1-1. Gutierrez with the long end. The 1-1 pitch is outside, 2-1.
Yeah, Valenzuela, made her varsity debut last weekend down at the Myros tournament in Corpus, and she ended up, scattering a few hits out there.
2-1 pitch is lined to the first baseman for the out. So the Panthers, 2 chances to tie the ball game. A pop out in a line out to the first baseman. Now it falls down to Mackenzie Vallejo.
So we got an EH for the first time this year, it looks like. Mackenzie Vallejo playing.
Yep, she's the extra hitter, it says tonight.
So we're batting 10.
batting 10 with another player in right field, in Marshall, who's not in one of the 10.
And she's probably the DP.
Swing and a miss. Well, it says the DP is Aniston Stivers.
Oh, she's the DP.
And Claire Bame, the flex in the first
there's
baseman.
The flex, yeah.
So 0-1 now.
Oh, so we're only batting 9. Claire Bame's not batting.
Ground ball, pitcher cannot get it. It's off a glove, and the Panthers are going to score on another error. Wow, Gutierrez had a chance to get out of that inning with a leadoff 3-base error. But an E1 on the play.
Yeah, she just looked like she needed to take her time and bend over a little bit.
And I don't think you give an error, a RBI on that, do you, on an error?
Not on an error, no, unfortunately.
So Aniston Stivers now steps to the plate with 2 outs. First pitch to Annie is high and outside, 1-0.
Annie hit the ball pretty good in the tournament as well. She had a double off the fence and a big shot into the gap in right field. And
1-0 pitch off the plate, 2-0.
Starting to see the ball a little better. She said I never say anything when she's up to bat, so I had to make some comments.
First walk of the night. We head back to the top of the order with Alyssa Montez. Montez with a ground ball. Great play out there in the field by Galvan. Robin Montez of a single, so she is 0 for 1. 2 runners on now with 2 outs. Panthers have tied the game up 1-1. First pitch, and it gets by, and the runners will advance 60 feet.
And that could be a big wild pitch there, Maury, because instead of having 1 runner in scoring position, now you got 2 runners in scoring position. Montez, who is one of your top hitters at the plate.
Yep, as Vallejo moves to third. Stivers to second. 1 ball and no strikes now to the leadoff batter, Montez. High and outside. And Jeff, now what?
Well,
you got first base open. Now I don't think she's going to see anything close.
And that's one of the disadvantages of having those runners advance is now they don't have to pitch to Montez. I'd put her on first base right now, not even
throw her another pitch. Yep. Gutierrez with the 2-0 pitch. Montez made it chase that one a little bit outside, but she's aggressive up there at the plate. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, she
called out, tried to bunt it.
Yeah, she tried to bunt it the first time. So, gonna have a
Should have a runner for Montez. That looks like that's 0-0, isn't it, Jeff?
Looks like Viviana.
That looks like Viviana Diaz will be the runner for Montez. So bases juiced with Panthers. Gonzalez at the plate. Gonzalez is 0 for 1.
So it kind of works out in Harlandale's favor there. His first base was open, and they go ahead and put Montez on.
Gonzalez slaps it to second baseman Galvan. Nobody covering. As Salazar and Galvan closed in on that one. And that's going to be
that's a single.
Infield single for Gonzalez. So she gets an RBI. Vallejo comes in and scores for the Panthers.
Now if you're Harlandale, you're in trouble. You got 2 outs still, but you're at the meat of the lineup now.
Now Dominguez steps in. Dominguez is 1 for 1 tonight. Singled in the first, but was left on base.
And this all kind of started with that illegal pitch.
Yep. Well, it started with
the error.
3 base error by the right fielder.
No, but
so let's see how Gutierrez wants to challenge Dominguez here with this 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, ball 4. So that's an RBI for Dominguez. Stivers will come in and score the second run of the ball game or the third run of the ball game for the Panthers. 3-0 now is the score.
3-1.
As Chichester now steps to the plate with the bases juiced. And errors, big errors have cost Harlandale here in this inning as the Panthers have scratched 3 across. Chester can blow this game wide open. Chester grounded out to Galvan to end inning number 1. First pitch, Ariel is ball low. 1-0. Good job of Gordon smothering that pitch. Gutierrez gets the sign from the dugout, checks the wristband. Chichester awaits the 1-0 pitch, and that's low. 2 balls and no strikes, and now Gutierrez, Jeff, is having a hard time finding the bases. You can tell she don't want to groove one, but it's getting to the point where she just needs to throw a strike.
Yep.
2-0 pitch is outside, 3-0.
Yeah, she's having a tough time right now. Now, if you're Ariel in this situation, you take. This is a straight take.
3-0, and it's ball 4. So that's an RBI. And Montez's spot will come in and score, which was Viviana Diaz.
I guess this is one of the coaches here, and she's called the whole team into the circle. Problem is your pitcher's not throwing strikes. You know, you
no, not to those last 3 batters.
You had an error in right
2
field.
walks.
You had an error, pitcher. You had a first baseman that didn't cover first base. You'd been out of the inning there. So you've had several opportunities to be out of the inning and just hadn't, made the routine play.
Oh, and right now, Kaylee Upton comes to the plate. Upton flied out to the right fielder. But a big hit right now, Jeff, and this ball game is
blown open.
One for the Panthers to win, especially with the way Montez pitched that 1-2-3
Maury,
second inning.
How many hits did the Panthers have, though? 1?
No, 2. They have actually 2 hits.
They have an infield single, which was questionable because it should have been an out, and then Dominguez is hit in the first inning.
Yep.
I mean, 4 runs on 2 hits. You get a hit here, you're going to get probably 2 more with 3 hits.
Well,
that's 6 runs with 3 hits.
But you have 4 walks, and that's as good as a hit. Upton now steps to the plate with the bases juiced. First pitch is a strike called, 0-1.
You know what? And that's a good take. That's a good take.
Oh, absolutely.
Pitches on the outside half of the plate. It's not something right down the middle. And even if it was right down the middle, Maury, I don't think you swing at that first pitch. After all, the
ball 1-1-1. Two errors in the inning. Ball is lifted into shallow right field, and the right fielder comes in and makes the play to Valenzuela for the putout, F9 for out number 3. But for the Panthers in that inning, 4 runs with just 1 hit, 2 big errors in that inning, 3 walks. The Panthers take a 4-1 lead. We head to the 3rd. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell in Castroville at 830-931-3441.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Remodeling. 4 runs across, Jeff, but that was an opportunity that the Panthers could have blew this game wide open with a big hit.
You know, sometimes when you're a pitcher and you're all over the place for the batter too. You really can't zero in on what the pitcher's doing.
Right.
And it's tough to hit.
We go back to the top of the order. As DeLeon is no official at bats as she walked and came around and scored on Caceres' RBI single with 2 outs in the first. Lone run now for the Indians as the Panthers put up a crooked number in the bottom of the second with 4 runs. Montez struck out the side in inning number 2. The 0-1 pitch, low in on the knees, 1-1. The 1-1. Ground ball off of Montez. Bame with it. Good play there on the ricochet.
That goes.
That's going to go 1-3 for the putout.
Give an assist to the pitcher.
And, Jeff, that is unfortunate for De Leon because she hit that ball right on the nose. If it doesn't hit Montez, that probably goes up the middle for a single. But nevertheless, Panthers with a break there, 1-3. Good heads-up play there at first base by Claire Bame, getting all. That's a line drive into right field, a throw to first. Oh, he had it in time, but Marshall just throws it wildly over to first baseman as Bame was there covering, Jeff. That could have been a 9-3 put out there if the throw is on target.
It could have been, but she tried to rush the throw. She knew she had a shot at it, and throw just got a little bit away from her.
I think with that ball hit like that, Jeff, I think that's got to be a base hit.
Oh, absolutely. That's a base hit. Yeah. That's actually a clean base hit.
Second hit of the ball game. As Galvan, that was Sophie Galvan with the hit. Nicole Mejia now steps to the plate. Mejia reached on the error. So she is 0 for 1. The pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Two way high and outside. No chance for Upton to even catch that. That's a wild pitch. Runner goes to second base. Montez looks so good in the inning before, Jeff, with 3 strikeouts. I don't know if that single kind of rattled her a little bit. It shouldn't. You got 4 runs there in the inning before. That's a walk, ball 4.
Yeah, she just needs to settle down a bit.
2 runners on now as Savannah Garza steps to the plate. Garza struck out for out number 2 in the first inning. The catcher for the Indians. Swing and a miss. Big aggressive swing there. Good rip there, but a good job by Montez. Changing speed there.
Yeah, good job of getting ahead there.
0-1. Absolutely. That's what you got to work at. DO1. Squares around the bunt, fakes it. Throw goes into right field. As the shortstop was covering. That's aggressive base running there for Harlandale.
Yeah, well, so this is the same thing Southwest did to us.
Exactly.
She saw that the shortstop was going to be covering third, and the shortstop was out of position. She was over there trying to cover second base. So you got the shortstop out of position. All it is a race to third base, and that throw actually went into left field. So
1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, 1-2. And, Jeff, even if the throw was on target, the runner had beat her to third base regardless. So.
Right, yeah, and until you correct your positioning in the field, teams are going to continue to do that.
So Galvan moves to third, Mejia to second. Garza takes that 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, 1 out, 4-1 in favor of your Panthers here in the top of the third. Check swing low, ball 3, excuse me. Full count now as Caceres waits on deck. Caceres has the only RBI tonight so far. Takes that off the plate for ball 4. Back-to-back walks after the single.
Got a senior second baseman here calling time and bringing everybody together. Just talk to Alyssa, settle her down a little bit. That's a good move there by the senior.
AD taking charge out there for the Panthers.
It's good to see.
Now Montez needs to bow her back here. Get tough like she did there when she struck out the side in the second. As Caceres steps to the plate, RBI in the first inning. She hit one right back up the middle, right past Montez. So she has the lone RBI. Bases juiced, the first pitch. It's a strike called, 0-1.
And here again, Maury, I'm gonna take you to the infield. Our second baseman and shortstop are playing way too far.
They're too far away from the base to get a double play.
That's right. There is no threat of a bunt here.
0-1 is fouled back into the screen, 0-2. I was just thinking the same thing. Regardless of how fast you think the batter is, it is going to be tough to turn a double play, period, when you're playing that far away. The 0-2 pitch is fouled back into the screen. Good aggressive swing there by Caceres, just fouling that ball off, not putting the faith in the umpire. But still down in the count, 0-2. Montez needs to make a quality pitch right here. Good spot, good job off the plate. Upton was set up outside. Good spot to miss with. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases full of Indians. Ground ball. Gets off the glove. A good job by Dominguez to throw. 6-4 for out number 2. So Jeffrey couldn't have happened any better as the Panthers will go to the third inning with a 4-1 lead. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Security State Bank, your financial partner since 1925 with one simple goal, to be the best bank possible to the families and businesses of South Texas. Check out Security State Bank's competitive rates and services from local people you know and trust. Serving South Texas with 7 convenient locations, including 1726 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call 830-538-9898 or online at securitystbk.com. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
The Medina Valley Sports Boosters are proud to support the Medina Valley Panthers. The Boosters are always looking for volunteers and new members. The MVP Boosters raise funds to support the MVISD sports and scholarship programs. Get your Panther swag at the football store located next to the concession stand. We have several items on sale. Join, volunteer, or purchase your Panther swag today at mvpboosters.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Remodeling. As the Panthers get out of that bases-loaded jam, a double play in the middle. Castiglione now steps to the plate, takes that first pitch, swing and a miss. Morgan popped up to the first baseman for out number 1. And I guess, Jeff, we don't know nothing. We said he couldn't turn a double play because they were playing too far away. Well, ended up just getting the double play at the very end.
Yep.
As a good throw there, a good exchange by Dominguez from second base, showing off a great arm. 1-1 now is the count to Castiglione. Ground ball to the pitcher. Gutierrez, quick throw over in time for the out. As Gutierrez bobbled it a little bit. Castiglione with good wheels down there, but just in time for the out. Amethyst Valenzuela steps to the plate now. Valenzuela popped up to the first baseman for out number 2 in the second. She is 0 for 1, takes that pitch high and outside.
When you
one ball and no strikes.
When you make a Sports Center play like that, on defense, usually in the bottom half of the inning when you come to bat, you usually have a big hit, right?
Let's see what happens. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball.
That one hit off of her.
But it hit her in the batter's box. So 1 ball and 1 strike.
How does it go, Maury?
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
They used to have that. Do they still have the Sports Center top 10 players?
Oh, yeah.
Night?
The 1-0 pitch is ball 2-1. And right now it's basketball, so I could care less unless it's college.
Yeah, I'm almost wanting to turn off my notifications on ESPN off my phone right now.
2-1 pitch is high. 3 balls and 1 strike to Valenzuela.
Got a couple of good college games going on tonight, Maury. The Islanders from Corpus Christi A&M are in San Marcos.
3-1 pitch popped up in the infield. Second baseman comes in and makes the play. F4 if you're scoring at home for out number 2 as Galvan taking charge out there.
Got another hitter here, Maury. I don't know that. I don't know if she checked in or not. I didn't see a time called or anything, but Haley Marshall is in there to bat right now.
Marshall now steps to the plate. As she is in there in place of Vallejo.
So Texas A&M is in Austin playing the Longhorns, and they're ahead 3-1 in the top of the 5th.
1-0 pitch is strike call, 1-1. The undefeated Texas A&M
Aggies.
and number 7 in the nation. They should move up after they went on the West Coast and swept.
Well, no, they stayed the same.
Oh, did they stay the same?
Rankings came out today.
Line drive to the shortstop. But an easy play there for Mejia. F6 if you're scoring at home for out number 3 for the Panthers in that inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We head to the 4th, Medina Valley 4, Harlandale 1. Panther softball will continue here in just a moment.
Right now at Chevrolet's 3-time Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet. Get $15,000 off MSRP and 1.9% financing on new Silverado 1500 trucks. Plus $2,250 in trade assistance cash. And $7,000 off MSRP on new Blazers. Lease a new Equinox for $299 with 0 down or buy for $23,999. Get 2.1% financing on all new Traverses. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Remodeling. Jasmine Salazar steps to the plate. Salazar struck out her first at bat to end inning number 3, so she is 0 for 1. The 0-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. Foul tip into the mid of Upton, 0-2.
So as we said, college score, Texas A&M is leading the Longhorns 3-1 in the top of the 5th.
0-2 just off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
They don't have all the Division I scores.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strikeout to start out inning number 1. 6 strikeout now. Jacinda Salazar now steps to the plate. Salazar was a strikeout victim in inning number 2 as Montez struck out the side. So 0-1 is Salazar. First pitch is high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Anxious to see, Jeff, when I get home, the results of some of the elections.
Yeah.
1-0 pitch down low.
Today is National.
I did hear around lunch or so that the turnout wasn't what people expected to be, especially in our county here, Medina County. A lot of people.
Boy, it was this evening when I came in.
Well, then it must have changed because as of
there
noon.
There was a line of them today.
2-0 pitch is inside 3-0. As of noon, the count was kind of down a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you said that this evening, then
it was packed.
a lot of people wait till the last minute.
So I was talking about the
3-0, ball 4.
San Marcos, Medina Valley graduate, senior Cole Modgeling is up to bat, as a matter of fact, right now, and he's 1 for 2 tonight on the night. He is playing for the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders, who have a 4-2 lead over Texas State right now. Looks like, I can't tell what inning they're in. Looks like the 7th inning.
Gutierrez now steps to the plate. Gutierrez was a strikeout victim in the 1-2-3 second, and she's 0 for 1.
So
takes that pitch high, 1 ball and no strikes. Pitcher versus pitcher matchup. Pitch is a line drive, but going to be foul down the first base line. Count will even up at 1-1 with 1 out and runner at first.
So it looks like.
If I believe that's correct. I believe Modgeling, this is his final year.
Yeah,
is that correct?
This is his 5th year. He was a COVID casualty, or if you want to call it a casualty. Modgeling was, rewarded an extra year as the rest of them. That was a great throw.
Ball goes down to second base, but it's off the glove of Valenzuela. So a good job there of Salazar. And Jeff, that was a good job, a good break. That was a good throw, but
this is a good throw.
Ball went off of Valenzuela's glove.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
When she tried to apply the tag. But nevertheless, now down in the count is Gutierrez. And that's off the glove of Upton. That's a wild pitch. As Upton had no chance. As Salazar moves to third now with 1 out. 2-2 is the count on Gutierrez. Dominguez comes in, gives Montez a little bit of encouragement there from second base. And the 2-2 pitch. Foul back into the screen. We talked to Cole's dad, Clint, last week, a week ago today, and he had said that he wasn't getting much little playing time, but he got in there and he's been playing great.
Maury, he had 8 at-bats and he had 7 hits.
Yeah.
He was 7 for 8 at one point, and now I guess he's getting more playing time. But we were, when we were in Corpus last weekend, I was going to go watch him Saturday night and went back home, took my mother-in-law home, and I sat down on the couch, and then next thing I know, an hour later, I missed the start of the game, so
2-2
we ended
pitch.
up not going.
Strikeout. Backwards K for out number 2. Great pitch by Montez. That's 7 strikeouts. Sandra Valenzuela now steps to the plate. Valenzuela, strikeout victim. She is 0 for 1. And, Jeff, it's all about that transfer portal. As they bring people in and, you've been there a couple years, but still they think there's somebody better moving in. Modgeling has proven to people that he deserves to be out there.
Yeah, it's a shame, but he was in the same situation, Maury. He could have transferred.
Yep.
If he didn't like it, but I think he enjoys going to school down there, and good for him. I mean,
got friends down there too.
You got friends, and you're playing Division I baseball. I mean, come on now.
The 1-1 pitch. Ball is fouled back in the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Montez looking to get out of this little mini jam as a runner at third with 2 outs. Sandra Valenzuela now down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Montez stares in. Pitch is on its way. Change up, swing and a miss for out number 3. Great pitch by Montez. For the Indians in that inning, no runs on no hits, 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Panthers with a 4-1 lead. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Rusty Rooster at 806 Highway 90 West in Castroville is the place to stop when your way home from work, or to drop by on the weekend to grab some beverages without ever leaving your truck. Rusty Rooster, the place in Castroville for quenching your thirst from sun up to sundown. Drive through today. Fast, convenient. That's Rusty Rooster, 806 Highway 90 West in Castroville. After all, anything goes till the rooster crows.
With Broadway Bank, your everyday banking is fast, easy, and digital. And now you can bank local and earn $300 when you open a new free checking account online with qualifying activities. Enjoy the convenience of a Texas-based bank with lots of local financial centers and an award-winning online and mobile banking experience that lets you bank when you want. Learn more about this limited-time offer at broadway.bank/300. Minimum opening deposit is $25. Offer subject to change without notice. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Datsun House Moving and Remodeling. Addison Stiver steps into the plate, and he walked and scored the third run of the ball game for the Panthers. She has no official at-bats with a run scored. First pitch is a strike called, 0-1. Second pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2.
Way behind that. And this pitcher hadn't shown much off speed, so no excuse for being behind there.
0-2 pitch, outside, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, throw down to first in time as strikeout, put out 2-3 for the out. Montez now steps to the plate. Alyssa is 0 for 1, a ground out, walked, and scored the fourth run of the ball game for the Panthers. So 0 for 1 with a run scored. First pitch is ball 1 ball and no strikes. And the 1-0 pitch is a ground ball. Base hit, bounces over to third baseman for a single. So a 1-out single for Montez. Elena Gonzalez now steps to the plate. See if we have a pinch runner. Looks like Viviana Diaz will go in to run for Montez. Elena Gonzalez now steps to the plate. Elena is 1 for 2 with an RBI. And the first pitch from Gutierrez is a swing and a miss, 0-1.
Good idea there. She got an outside pitch that she could have gone that way with, as a slap hitter loves to do. She just a little short on it.
So the 0-1 pitch. Bunt right in front of the plate. A tough play. Garza with it. Throw to third as Viviana's going to be tagged out. No!
She didn't tag her.
The throw was there. The tag was late. As Viviana Diaz on the bunt went all the way from first to third.
That's actually will be a sacrifice, Maury.
So 1-3 for the putout. And Diaz moves to second.
On that one,
third.
the pitcher did a good job. Quick, got to the ball. Well, it's actually the catcher.
Catcher, yes.
Got out of
Garza.
a rush, got over to the ball, made a good throw down to first base.
Dominguez with a shot right to the first baseman for the out. Hard hit ball, but right at the first baseman for the Panthers in that inning. No runs on one hit, one left on base. We head to the fifth. The Panthers 4, Harlandale 1. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Right now at Chevrolet's 3-time Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet. Get $15,000 off MSRP and 1.9% financing on new Silverado 1500 trucks. Plus $2,250 in trade assistance cash. And $7,000 off MSRP on new Blazers. Lease a new Equinox for $299 with 0 down or buy for $23,999. Get 2.1% financing on all new Traverses. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Dodson House Moving and Construction is a fourth-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dodson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. De Leon leads off for the Indians. De Leon walked in the first inning, scored the only run, and then grounded out to the pitcher. So she is 0 for 1 with a run scored. Fouls that first pitch off down the first base line, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch is a shot right over Dominguez, gonna fall in for a base hit. So a leadoff single to start inning number 5. Third hit of the ball game for the Indians. Sophia Galvan now steps to the plate. Sophia is 1 for 2. She has played some great defense also. That ball is foul back, going to be off the screen for an 0-1 count. Galvan flashing some leather out there in the field for the Indians. Has played a great defensive game. Also has a hit tonight, but was stranded at third base. The 0-1 pitch evens the count at 1-1. De Leon with the leadoff single stands at first. 1-1 pitch goes around the bunch. A Chester to the throw to Bame at first for the out. It'll be a sacrifice for Sophia Galvan. 5-3 for the putout. And Jeff, if you're the Panthers, you almost will give.
Yeah,
you'll give that run, give that out for the runner just going to second base.
Absolutely.
With a 4-1 lead.
Absolutely, you would do it with a 1-run lead. The most important thing is to get the out in a situation like that.
Nicole Mejia steps to the plate now. Mejia reached on an error and walked, so she is 0 for 1. 1-0 pitch, high, 2-0. Number 3 hitter, have first base open, but then you have the cleanup hitter, Salvana Garza, waiting on deck, so you don't really want to pitch around her. 2-0 pitch is a ground ball. And Jeff, that was right where the shortstop was standing, and I don't know why she's moving towards the third base. I guess the runner might have been in motion, but took her right out of the position, Jeff. That was right at the shortstop. Yeah, that should have been a routine ground ball, ground out.
Yep.
Instead, it's going to go for a single.
Yeah, sorry, Maury, can't don't have an answer for you on that one. I do know we got first and third now. Double play is still in order.
First and third with Garza at the plate. Garza strike out and walked. It was part of that inning-ending double play with the bases loaded that the Panthers were able to get out of a jam in the third. The 0-1 pitch, foul back, 0-2.
Good job by Alyssa, though. Montez coming back and getting way ahead in the count now. Force her to hit your pitch here now.
Montez with the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good job.
Or you go right at her.
Oh, that was Jeff, 9 strikeouts in the ball game for Montez. Julie Caceres now steps to the plate. Caceres with an RBI single. Drove in the only run for the Indians, and that was in the first inning, and then grounded out to Dominguez. Takes that pitch for a strike, 0-1.
Good pitch there by Alyssa. I hear a few Harlandale fans saying, where was that? As it was called a strike on the corner.
And the 0-1. High, 1-1. Big pitch here, the 1-2. Just off the plate, 2-2. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Top of the 5th, the Panthers with a 4-1 lead. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Finishes to put out 2-3. But another strikeout. That's 10 now in the ball game for the Indians in that inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Panthers with a 4-1 lead. Panthers softball will continue.
Oh, we're going to stay here, Maury.
Oh, we're going to stay here. We got a reader here.
Yeah,
5th inning stretch.
We do have a 5th inning stretch, and Maury, I'm going to stand up while we
I'm going to stretch on that one, too.
But the Sunrise Restaurant in Uvalde, Texas, family dining at its best. Located at 510 West Main Street, we are open for breakfast and lunch. On your way through town, stop in and give our mouth-watering breakfast and delicious lunch plates a try. Easy in and easy out. Panther fans will be making many trips this way in the near future, and we want to invite you to stop on by. If you're in a hurry, call 830-278-6100 for to-go orders. Go Panthers, and best of luck this season. And once again, we want to thank the Sunrise Restaurant, 2nd year in a row out of Uvalde, that they have been our 5th inning sponsor.
Ariel Chichester now steps to the plate as M&M brought us back into this bottom of the 5th. Chichester takes that pitch outside. Ariel grounded out in the first inning, then walked and got an RBI out of it in the 4-run second inning.
Marshall Mathers?
Marshall Mathers. Up there goes gravity. The 1-0 pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Got a lot of good advertisers this year, Maury. Want to thank them all. Want to encourage everybody to
Ooh, that was actually behind Chichester.
To patronize these local businesses. And I know, we have Fiorella Friday, and we have all these great small shops downtown. And, one of them is the Magnolia Filling Station, who we'll recognize here in a minute. But, try to keep it local when you can.
The 3-0 pitch is taken for a strike, 3-1. And I know they're not one of our sponsors, but they may be in the future. You talk about Fiorella Friday. We have one of the proprietors to one of those shops, Miss Carrie Zinsmar, sitting behind us. She's one of the big fans for the Panthers. She don't miss too many games. They have that shop right there in the corner in the little red brick shop there where you get all the home goods, all local. Yeah.
Which one's Carrie Zinsmeyer? I guess I don't know her.
She was sitting up there with.
She must have been here for the JV game.
No, was sitting here, still sitting up here with Miss Kennedy, I believe.
Oh, gotcha. Well, yeah, I've heard good things about that store. But
and it's all fresh. It's all locally grown and stuff. Even the milk is.
Maybe we can get them on board.
The 1-0 pitch. That's foul back, 1-1.
We do have small business packages.
This is Marshall, am I correct, Jeff? I mean, this is Kaylee Upton now. Excuse me, steps up at the plate.
Yep, Kaylee Upton.
Upton scored the first run of the ball game for the Panthers. Great bunt by Upton. No, not in time. An infield single for Upton. Beautiful bunt.
first and second here, Maury, with one of your slappers up. I would expect another bunt here in this situation.
So Alyssa Salazar will be the courtesy runner for the catcher. So Lissy now at second, or at first, excuse me. Chichester at first. A walk and a single to start inning number 5. Panthers can add on here to this 3-run lead. Morgan Castiglione now steps to the plate. Morgan popped up to the third baseman and grounded out to the pitcher. She's 0 for 2. Bunts through that pitch. 0 and 1. So no balls and 1 strike. Castiglione from the left side. Bunts it. Great bunt in front of the plate. Garza, no chance for it. Another infield single for the Panthers. Bases juice now.
Now to bring up number 12, Amethyst Valenzuela.
5 hits now for the Panthers.
Got a discussion here between the coach and the umpire and from Harlandale. So umpire seems like he got a little offended that the coach came out and asked him a question. He bit right back at her, and she said, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
I heard her say something. You're being very decisive, and I don't know what is going on here.
He just gave her the seatbelt rule. He said, you go to the dugout and
oh, wow. He just
told her
warned
don't
him.
say nothing else. Yeah, he gave her the seatbelt rule. So
Holy moly.
There's nothing else coming out of that dugout. If there is, he'll throw out the head coach, and she'll get reported to the UIL. I think she may have been arguing about the batter's box.
Valenzuela now steps to the plate. There is no batter's box. We done reiterated that before the game. Even. And, Jeff, the Panthers were the first one to be victimized of that, getting the call from either stepping on the plate or out of the box when there was none.
Right.
And that was in the first inning, second batter for the Panthers.
Yep. Nope,
but
absolutely.
Now the Panthers have juiced the bases with Valenzuela up at the plate. Amistad is 0 for 2.
Yep. Oh. Oh, and that automatically, Maury, and UIL play, when you're thrown out by an umpire, you have to go to the UIL for a hearing.
But Jeff,
or get your name in the league.
To give her credit, she was just talking to her defense.
Yeah, she was.
You know, you got to have a little thicker skin for an umpire, I believe, Jeff. I mean,
I don't know what was said, but he did. He just tossed her, and she has to go out. And, well, he tossed the assistant coach, I guess. Because the assistant coach is the one leaving. So she must have said something to him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, interesting here. But we do have an ejection. The assistant coach, it looks like, has been ejected. But the same rule applies. Now, it's umpire's discretion if he turns her name in or not. But I've never seen an umpire not throw somebody out of a game and not turn their name into the UIL. So I don't even know if they have the leaguer anymore. Do they still have the leaguer? You don't know.
What is the leaguer?
It used to be the UIL publication.
Oh.
And your name would go on the back page, and it would say UIL reprimands, and it would list your name. You know, Maury Stein, head coach, Medina Valley High School, softball. Reprimanded, blah, blah, blah.
So Valenzuela steps back in now. Bases loaded. Pitch is high. Did they throw a pitch to Valenzuela
I don't
before?
think so.
That was even before.
I think it's 1-0.
So one ball and no strikes with nobody out. Panthers have the loaded the bases here in the 5th. No balls and 2 strikes.
Still a 4-1 game here.
Would you venture to say that Harlandale may not get a close call?
I don't know.
On balls and strikes tonight no more?
Maybe
2-0 pitch is way outside, 3-0. Should be taken all the way here, and that's what Coach B is telling the young shortstop for the Panthers. because a walk is an RBI here.
Oh,
and that goes off of hers. That's a hit by pitch. And that hit by pitch is sponsored by Hazel Russell. When accidents happen as hit by pitches, your State Farm agent is there.
So 5-1 game now.
So that's going to be an RBI for Valenzuela. A run scored for Ariel Chichester. Panthers now still with the bases loaded. And who is that coming to the plate?
That's Mackenzie Vallejo.
That is Mackenzie Vallejo. As she batted and was pulled out of the game, she reached on an error, and that was the big error, Jeff, that blew that whole inning open as they could have got out of that, and then 4 runs later.
And here we are again with bases loaded, 5-1 lead, 1 run already across, but Maury, there are no outs.
And Jeff, that is the first earned run for the Panthers tonight. As the first 4 were all unearned runs because they could have been out of the inning with nothing.
True that.
So let's see if Mackenzie Vallejo can bust this game wide open for the Panthers. Bases are still full with nobody out and a drawn-in infield. Pitches outside, ball 1-0.
You need to get your timing down.
And the 1-0 pitch. High. 2 balls and no strikes. Gutierrez having a hard time here in the 5th inning. Any consistency here inside the circle. 2-0 pitch, and that's not even close. 3 balls and no strikes. And there's nobody in the pen warming up for.
Well, you said they had a short bench.
They only have 3 people on the bench. That pitch is low, ball 4.
Hey, you were late last time. Gear up. Be ready to swing the bat.
So that goes for an RBI for Vallejo. A run scored for Upton. Aniston Stivers steps to the plate. Stivers walked and scored the 3rd run of the ball game and then struck out. So she is officially 0 for 1 with a run scored. Bases still full. First pitch to Stivers is a strike called 0-1. Panthers with the bases loaded, 2 runs across here in the 5th, have extended the lead to 6-1. Ground ball is
another RBI.
4-3 for out number 2. Another RBI for Montez. Run scored for Vallejo. Gonzalez now steps to the plate. Gonzalez with a single and RBI. 1 for 3. Ground ball bunt. Third baseman in. They're going to say dead ball. Called her out again. That's a second time. Box before she makes contact.
Maury, that's on bunts. That's not on hits. She's not swinging the bat. She's actually bunting the ball. So she must be really out of the base, out of the box. So that's 3 outs.
He's going to show her where she was out of the box and said she was in front of the plate.
Hey, and if you're Coach Montejo, you can't really argue it because there is no line.
Well, but she's saying she was in front of the base. I mean, it's hard for me to think that she was there. But anyways, Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Datsun House Moving and Remodeling. Another 4-run inning for the Panthers. They have extended the lead to 8-1. Jasmine Salazar now steps to the plate. Salazar struck out both times. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Final from over at Tejeda Stadium soccer match as the boys have kept their playoff hopes alive with a 4-0 victory over the McCullum Cowboys.
0-1 pitch is foul back in the screen. 0-2.
Need to check in on baseball, see what their score is over yonder.
So no balls and 2 strikes to Salazar. She leads off here in the 6th. 0-2 pitch outside. 1-2.
So baseball has a 4-1 lead over the Indians in the bottom of the 4th.
And the 1-2 outside. 2-2.
Looks like they're going to the top of the 5th with a 4-1 lead.
And the 2-2 pitch is high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Montez got ahead of Salazar 0-2, but now 3 straight balls to fill the count. And the payoff pitch, a swing and a miss. That's 3 strikeouts for Salazar tonight.
How many?
3.
I thought you were talking about the other, the pitcher. She's got like maybe a career high for her. It's 11, isn't it?
That's 11 strikeouts, yes. Yesenia Salazar steps to the plate. Strikeout and walk. So she is 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Down in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Valenzuela with the throw over. Bounces it in there again. Another error on the play for the Panthers. E6. Janie Gutierrez, the pitcher, now steps to the plate. Gutierrez is 0 for 2 as she has struck out both times. She has faced Montez. First pitch is outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Salazar to the runner at first. The 1-0 pitch to Gutierrez is outside, 2-0.
Maury, we will be back on the air, softball only, Friday night, as we will be broadcasting live from Tejeda Field, or the Tejeda Complex,
pitch,
anyway.
Strike call, 2-1 against the McCullum Cowgirls.
Cowboys.
They still want to be called the
That's
Cowboys.
Right. They are the Cowboys.
Just like we're the Panthers and not the Lady Panthers or the Pantherettes, we're still the Panthers.
We're not the Pantherettes?
No. 2-1 pitch. Inside, 3-1.
But we will be live again Friday night. And baseball will be in their last tournament of the year.
3-1 shot. Gets by the shortstop all the way to the fence. Salazar will be waved home. Nope, she'll be held up at third base. You scored that one for me.
Oh, you got to give her a hit on that one. I would think, the ball had a little bit of spin, top spin to it, and it kind of got away from her glove, and it was, on the opposite side. So I got to give her a hit on that one.
Okay.
If not, that could be the third error for the shortstop. But I think you got to give her a hit on that one. Looks like Aniston Stivers is walking out with a glove.
She may go to center and Gonzalez move to short.
Well, Gonzalez is coming to short. Yeah, that's tough in the middle of an inning to make a change like that. Makes me think that the coach may have scored that as an error.
It kind of looked like she was distracted by the runner, was looking to see the runner go in a second, kind of took her eye off of it. And like you said, the ball was tailing away a little bit.
Yeah.
But when it was hit, it looked like it was going to be a just a line out to the shortstop. But have a new batter now for Sandra Valenzuela, as Valenzuela was 0 for 2. So now runners at the corners. And that is number 7. Jalen, and I'm not sure what that last name is.
Where are we at?
It's right
Number
here.
7?
I cannot read.
That's Jalen.
Is that Mata?
Piata. Or Plata. Piata or Piata?
I cannot read the we got the last copy on the thing. You can't hardly see the writing.
Yeah, I think that's Piata.
Yeah, it looks like
it's either Plata or Piata.
Yeah, it looks like Jaylee Piata at the plate. She is even in the count, 1-1. Takes that pitch in for a strike, 1-2.
So
Harlandale with runners at second and third here in the 6th, trail 8-1.
It's a big at bat right here for Harlandale and Medina Valley. Illegal. You gotta, yeah. She had trouble with that early on.
Two and 2. 1 out, 2 runners on. Pitch to Piata. High, 3-2. We go back to the top of the order. Full count with 1 out, 2 runners on. Swing and a miss for out number 2.
Big out right there for the Panthers.
That's 12 now as we go back to the top of the order with Alana De Leon. De Leon walked, scored the first run of the ball game in the first inning. Then a ground out and a single. So she is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Lead off batter. First pitch is foul back into the screen. 0-1.
The dust has finally settled, Maury.
Yes, it has.
Don't taste it.
And not because the wind started blowing, because it is not.
No, it just settled.
The 0-1 pitch is right back to the pitcher. Line drive for the putout. F1 for the third out. Panthers get out of that jam. No runs on 1 hit. 2 left on base. We got a reader, and Jeff's going to come.
Yeah, we're going to stay right
that.
here to recognize one of our small businesses, our local small businesses down on the square. Well, not down on the square. I guess they're on a square.
Yes. Close enough.
Close enough, but the Magnolia Filling Station. The Magnolia Filling Station features a daily dark roast and a Fiorella blend medium roast drip coffee. Lattes, iced lattes, cold brews, Kai lattes, mochas, teas, and lemonades. Daily made from scratch pastries, muffins, cookies, cupcakes, and banana bread, just to name a few. A variety of sandwiches to include ham, turkey, Italian, and pimento cheese. Protein lunchboxes, English muffin breakfast sandwiches, and fresh fruit parfaits. Come sit outside under the patio and enjoy the historic downtown Castroville atmosphere, or sit inside and visit with the friendly baristas and locals. Located at 1101 Fiorella Street in beautiful downtown Castroville. So go have a cup of coffee over there. I like going over there on Saturday mornings and sitting there and visiting the people, and having a nice cup of Joe.
AD now steps to the plate. Aubrey Dominguez takes that pitch for ball, 1 ball. Dominguez with a single, a walk, RBI, and a line out to the first baseman. So she is 1 for 2. That pitch is hit her, and that's a hit by pitch, and that is sponsored by State Farm. As accidents happen, like
he's not giving her the hit.
Oh, he's not giving her the hit by pitch. Okay.
Well, maybe.
No.
She's getting putting her elbow pad back on. So.
So 2-0 now to Dominguez.
Let's see.
Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Chichester waits on deck. Pulls back.
Now she can take her base.
Walk. And Jeff, in that last inning, that line out, that was the first out through 6 innings that the Panthers have recorded through the air. Every other one has been a ground out or a strikeout. Chichester now steps to the plate. Ariella ground out and 2 walks, so she is 0 for 2, but has an RBI and a run scored. 1-0 pitch, strike called, 1-1. One pitch is a pop-up in the infield. The first baseman calls it and makes the play for the out. F3 for out number 1. Kaylee Upton now steps to the plate for the Panthers. Kaylee reached on an error in the second inning, scored the first run of the ball game, and flew out to the right fielder, singled, and scored a run. So she has 2 runs scored for the Panthers. Takes that pitch down low inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Dominguez is your runner at first. Panthers bat here in the bottom of the 6th with an 8-1 lead. A line shot, base hit off the glove of the second baseman, Galvan. That ball was hot, and Galvan just luckily just was able to just get a little piece of it, Jeff.
Yeah.
Or that goes all the way to the fence, and instead of a single, that may be a double or a triple.
Yeah, well, no doubt about that, and that's a hard hit. That's a base hit all the way.
Castiglione now steps to the plate. Morgan with a fly out, a ground out, and a single, and scored the 7th run for the Panthers. 23, Salazar comes in to be the courtesy runner for the catcher, Upton. First pitch to Morgan is a strike called on the outside corner, 0-1. The 1 pitch is high, 1-1.
Coach over here for Harlandale's hollering, talk about where you're going every time. Talk, communicate.
1-1 pitch. Bunted foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2, 1 out, 2 runners on. Panthers with an 8-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
March today was a beautiful day. 90 degrees. And
1-2 pitch is a shot back up the middle. The runner will have to hold as that ball got to the center fielder quick. Dominguez had to hold.
Yep. Center fielder did a nice job of attacking that ball, too.
7 hits now for the Panthers. There's in. The 0-2 pitch is outside, gets away from Garza, but Dominguez with not a big lead at first. So you don't want to get that second out made at home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Valenzuela. 1-2 pitch.
Ooh.
Just off the plate, 2-2. Wow, that was a close pitch to take there.
Tough one
Wow.
to take right there.
And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Can't go nowhere with the bases loaded. No, you don't have to go. Oh, and they're going to get away with it. Wow. Dominguez took off. It's a strikeout, and all the catcher had to do was run her down to third base. Ended up throwing it down there. Dominguez comes in and scores a run.
Confusing right there. Dominguez may not have known how many outs there were or what the situation was right there.
I think she thought because the ball hit the ground that she had to run. Well, you don't have to if first base is occupied.
She's a senior. She knows
with
better
less
than that.
well,
So
I'm just
thinking
saying.
She probably thought there were 2 outs.
9-1 now is your score. As Vallejo steps in for the Panthers. Vallejo walks, scored a run, and got an RBI. Takes that pitch for a strike, 1-1. One ball, one strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Vallejo, the 1-1 pitch is a ground ball to shortstop. Throw over to first in time for the putout. 6-3 if you're scoring at home for the out. But for the Panthers, in that inning, 1 run on 2 hits, 2 left on base. We head to the 7th. Panthers with a 9-1 lead. Panthers softball will continue in just a moment.
Have you ever made a friend by accident? I know I have. This is Alec with Lone Star Towing of Natalia, and I just want to let y'all know that I pay top dollar for your junk, wrecked, and abandoned vehicles. I can even come to your location and tow it out of there at no extra charge. Give me a call at 210-777-0585, and I'll be sure to get you taken care of quickly.
Welcome back to Panthers softball as we head to the top of the 7th. Panthers with a 9-1 lead. Galvan, Mejia, and Garza. 2, 3, 4 in the lineup for the Indians here as they bat their last hope here in the top of the 7th. Galvan with a ground out, a single, and a ground out sacrifice. So she is 1 for 2. First pitch is a shot in the gap. That's going to be down. Be cut off in the alley for a leadoff single. So that's going to bring to the plate Nicole Mejia. Nicole reached on an error, walk, and singled. So she is 1 for 2. First pitch is ball low, 1 ball and no strikes. Got any updates on the boys game, Jeff? The baseball is still 4-1 maybe?
I was watching Cole Modgeling bat.
Oh, sorry about that.
Texas State game. He popped up. Let me see. Let's go over here.
1-0 pitch is outside and high, 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch is strike call, 2-1. Two-one pitch to Mejia. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Looks like it is 4-1, top of 6 with 1 out.
Wow, they're going as quick as we are here.
Yep. Yeah, this score holds up more in 9-1. Big game coming up next weekend against McCullum. I mean, Friday against McCullum. We will be live.
1-0 pitch. That's lifted into right field. Right fielder over. Makes the play. Tagging up is Mejia, and she will be standing, Galvan. She'll be standing up. but F9 for the out. Only the second
fly out
or out any in the air, as Caceres will step to the plate. Caceres has a single and drove in the run in the first inning, but then since then has grounded out and struck out. She takes that pitch for a strike, 0-1.
Indians are down to their last out.
The 0-1 pitch. It's a ground ball up the middle. 2 RBI night for Caceres as she drives in the second run of the ball game with a 2-out single. That scores Galvan. So 2 runs now, 9-2, as Jasmine Salazar will step to the plate. Salazar 3 strikeouts, so she has the golden sombrero so far tonight for the Indians. Fouls that pitch down the third baseline, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Ball high, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to short. Gonzalez with it. Flip over for the out. And that will do it, as that is 6-4 for out number 3. No, 1 run on 2 hits. 1 left on base. That's the ball game tonight. Panthers with a 9-2 big win. Get on that win here in the first game of the third game of district play. Jeff, Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a
presentations and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Remodeling. Panthers take this game 9-2. 2 big innings, 2 big 4-run innings for the Panthers. They trailed after 1 inning, 1-0. But then Montez settled down in the circle for the Panthers. 12 strikeouts, only 2 flyouts, the rest groundouts. And, Jeff, that is the reason that Miss Montez is the player of the game.
Yeah.
Tanya's Travel by Design player of the game. So, good job by Montez. Jeff, the Panthers get on the win column. Go to 1-2, a big game. You got a big game coming up. And get back to 500 Friday when you go to Tejada Field and play the McCullum Cowboys.
We will be live, 7 o'clock, first pitch. So tune in.
Tune in. I want to thank our sponsors, because without them, this broadcast isn't possible. There is still room for more sponsors if you want to step up. Different packages for different businesses, small business, large business. Contact Jeff Stiver, send him an email, or contact him at 830-931-4502. 4504, excuse me. So, for that being said, Jeff, any parting words?
Yep. Good job. Get ready for the next one.
With that said, Jeff Stiver's doing the 1 and 2s, along with Maury Stein, and